Yo, what's up, boys? It is Keith Stone coming at you guys with another free pick video. In today's video, we're actually going to just break down the entire NFL slate. I'm going to give you guys my pick in every single game, what I would do. And then a few of them, what you can actually do a couple same game parlays, or you can set it on a different site, whatever your heart desires. If you're new to the channel, definitely hit the sub and like button. I do appreciate all the support. And if you want my free picks, just head over to winnable.com/SBAA. Anytime I send out a free play, doesn't matter what it is, it's going to be text to your phone for absolutely free, guys. And then if you want, you can check out my VIP picks. This week, I have all my day passes. We usually bet on Prize Picks and Dabble type sites. We do correlated plays. So if you want to check that out, it's only $3 for the day, whatever day you feel like gambling on. So let's get into it. The first thing we're going to do is go check the weather report. And we're looking for anything that stands out, from a rain, a snow, or a wind specifically standpoint. And it looks pretty clear, like the ones that have some chances of rain, pretty light. You got the Steelers Ravens here, the wind's light. You got a very small chance of snow in Denver. The wind is non-existent. This Buffalo game, you're looking at a 7% chance of rain, 8-mile-per-hour wind. So nothing really going too crazy where we say, oh wow, that's point us in the right direction of what we want to bet on potentially. So we're gonna just head over to Odds Jam. Now, I like this site. I actually am a premium member with them because they just have a ton of information. They do a lot of EV stuff. I am not an affiliate with them, so just keep that in mind. I like to use them as like a basis and a data point. So let's get into the games. We got Green Bay taking on the Bears. It's going to be played at Soldier Field. Um, you know, both these teams, when they get together, weird things just happen. Now, the Bears, like, this is like a desperation game for them. And I know their offense has been like dysfunctional the last, and really since their bye week. But, a lot of people are going to gravitate towards this under. But just my gut is telling me at home, this is a big number to lay. I mean, if we can get this at even 5.5, you're looking at pretty much 5.5 right here. You're looking at, looks like DraftKings is actually going to be your best odds of the main books. So that's going to be the official pick for that game. We're going to take the Bears to cover the 5.5 points at home. Moving on, we're going to have Jacksonville playing at the Lions. Now, Mac Jones is starting again for the Jaguars, and he did not look very good in his first start in a while. Now, this is still a guy that was drafted in the first round. I'm not going to pretend that like the Jags have any chance to beat the Lions at home. This is like probably a check mark, but that's still a very big number to lay on any team. Like, you're not seeing the NFL teams that aren't like the Cowboys. Okay, maybe that's an example where you can say, yeah, maybe they're losing by 2 touchdowns, but feels like a big number. I think the better bet, honestly, is probably just smashing this under 47. Looks like the best odds are at Caesars. Now, the reason why is because I don't see Jacksonville scoring probably more than like 13 points, maybe 17 at the most, maybe somewhere in that range. So if you're thinking the Lions, just say they put up a 33 burger, well, then you're gonna get this over, and maybe they can do that. I don't know. I mean, at home, this is a pass funnel type team, so the Lions really like to run the ball, though. They kill time of possession. This is a tricky one. I honestly think like the best route you could probably actually take here is a player prop. I would say Gibbs would be a good combo yard guy to use. Um, David Montgomery to score a touchdown, probably another really good bet. But I think what we're going to do is just stick to that under. I'm going to trust my gut here. I'm going to say it's very close to this, though. Actually, in real time, the more and more I think about it, I think the Lions are going to put up at least 31 points. So, do we think Jacksonville scores 16 or less to push this even? Let's see if we can find a better line. Looks like 47's all we're getting. This is a tough game to handicap, boys. I think we're actually just going to pass. I would take a player prop, if anything. I'm going to probably not touch that game. It's a tricky one to get a read on. Let's move on to the Raiders Dolphins. I think there was a small chance of something in this game. Let's take a peek here. Where's the Dolphins? There they are. Okay, so no, you got some 12-mile-per-hour winds. You know, my gut's telling me the Raiders believe are coming off a bye, and this is a pretty manageable total, I think. Their defense is not good. I would lean the over here. That's going to be the official pick. If you can get this 43.5 right here, obviously do that. Looks like Fanatics, which is actually my favorite sports books, has the best odds for that. So that's going to be the official pick in the Dolphins Raiders. I like the over 43.5. I think they are going to find their way to that one. Let's move on to the Rams playing in Boston, taking on the Patriots. Now, I honestly think the Rams are, they're not a very good team. And the Patriots have been competitive, like they're staying in games. I really can't lay 5.5 points with the Rams on the road. It just feels like too big of a number. So I would take this right here on DraftKings or one of these other sites like ESPN. Actually looks like it has slightly better odds. So that's going to be the official pick. I'm taking the Patriots to cover. I like what I've seen from Drake May. He's actually been pretty impressive considering the arsenal of weapons he has to throw with. And New England just finds a way to like hang around. So give me the home team covering the 5.5 points. And this one right here is an easy one for me. Browns taking on the Saints. Now, if you think about it, it's like, wow, both these offenses have been kind of garbage, right? But I think this game actually has sneaky shootout upside. I really do. Down there on the fast track in New Orleans, down in the Bayou. So I'm going to take the over 43.5. And once again, you're getting the best line here at Fanatics, which I told you guys, that's my personal opinion. They're my favorite book. I feel like they have the best combination of solid lines with payouts, and then their promos, they actually let you get real money down on. So, this next one I'm a little sensitive to because I actually had the Jets to win the Super Bowl back in February, and they have just been an absolute disappointment. Now, so have the Colts, but you got Anthony Richardson starting again, and that guy's ability to run just makes me think this game is going to be close. I really do. Like the Jets have been such a dumpster fire. I know the Colts aren't much better, but if we come over here and look at this, it's just like, do you really want to trust the Jets at home? Like this would be just, I mean, imagine if they lose this game, the media is just going to have a fucking frenzy on this team. They might fire another coach, you know. Aaron Rodgers has not played well. It's just that simple. He has not looked good. They do the same thing. It's literally like insanity. They do the same thing every first half. It never fucking works. Then they change their pace, their tempo. They throw the ball down the field a little bit more in the second half, and they have success. It's truly wild why they just don't come out of the gate with that game plan. But this is a game that I think Brees Hall could run wild in. So I think that's probably the play here. I would lean Brees Hall, take the over on his combo yards. It's probably set in the 90s somewhere. That's going to be the free play. I just don't trust the Jets to cover 3.5 points. I just don't. So we're going to take the player prop there. One other thing too, I was going to tell you guys what you could do in this Patriots Rams game. You could do a same game parlay. I'd just take Drake May like plus 175 yards or plus 200 yards. I think his line's at 205. So you could combo that. I really think that's got a great shot to hit in that game. So all right, moving on. We got the Ravens taking on the Steelers. This over feels a little high, 40.5, but I said in one of my other videos where I gave out some free picks. It wouldn't shock me if this hit. This is not like me as a kid growing up watching these two teams play each other. It's a different era in this division. These teams like actually put up points against one another. However, that does feel a little bit high. This under 49, I wouldn't mind that at all. I really like the Ravens have really struggled with covering tight ends and number one receivers. So I really like actually Freiermuth if you want to take him for over 2.5 catches. I think that's a really strong play. I believe that's what his line is set at, his reception line. Or you could just take his yards. It's probably in the high 20s or mid 20s. I think that's a really good play. And what you could do is just combo it with the Steelers at home. This plus 3.5 line. Let's see if there's on any major books. Yeah, you're looking, so you could do like a same game parlay with like Friarmouth, and it looks like DraftKings has the best line for this. So I would consider taking Steelers at home to cover that point. I like the fact that we get the field goal hook, and then like Friarmouth to get 2.5 catches, receptions. I think that's a really solid same game parlay this week. Moving on, where are we at? We got Vikings and the Titans. Now this is in Tennessee. The Vikings have been a little disappointing lately. The Titans do have pretty solid secondary too. It's kind of a sneaky one, but their offense is so like terrible that it really wouldn't shock me if Minnesota did win this by 10 points. I think that's going to be the play. I think you take the road team here to cover this. I like the odds of them winning by a touchdown. Looks like 5.5 point spread is going to be your best bet, is going to looks like once again on DraftKings. So that's going to be the official play there. I'm going to take the Vikings to cover 5.5 points. And then we have the Falcons taking on the Broncos. Kirk Cousins outdoors in cold temperature with it's a very small chance to snow, but you just never know how this is going to go. I kind of lean Denver here. I think they've actually been a pretty impressive team. I would probably just consider taking them on the money line, or maybe I did cover this 1 point spread. I don't know why. Let's go back and look at that actually. Why is this? Why is this at 1 and everyone else is at 2.5? So the Broncos to cover 1.5 points. I think at this point, it's probably just best if you take the Broncos to cover 2.5. I think you know, take this at Fanatics. I think that's the play. I'll take the Broncos to win this by a field goal. So that's going to be your official pick in that game. The Niners and Seahawks. So Geno Smith has really struggled against my San Francisco 49ers. Now, I am not a subjective fan when it comes to sports betting. Like, I leave all my emotion at the door. I'm just going off historical reference, and the Niners have absolutely just owned Seattle ever since Geno Smith has been there. So I do like them to cover this 6.5 point spread. I think that's going to be the pick. Let's see what your best odds are looking at on most of these mainstream books. You're getting this pretty much the same across the board here. 6.5, -110, MGM, Fanatics, and DraftKings. So that's going to be the official pick in that game. And then you got the Chiefs, Bills. This is a simple one for me. The ref that is, I forget his name, he's refereeing again on the Chiefs games. They're undefeated. I believe even dating back to last year or something like that. Something crazy stat I heard. But this, you know, look, guys, if you guys watched that Denver left side of that line the last week, I mean, did that not look like it was rigged to you? Did that not look like a script? I'm telling you, they want this team. They want Taylor Swift not only to win again and be the first team to ever three-peat, but they want this team to absolutely be the first undefeated team that won the Super Bowl. Remember, the Patriots did it, but then they ended up losing to the Giants, I believe. Pretty sure they went undefeated, if my memory serves me right, all the way to the end. And then that's going to end the GOAT debate, because Mahomes is going to be the greatest ever, and he's got like 20 something plays called back when he throws a pick on defensive penalties. It's just like, come on, dude. They make this so obvious. Like, his numbers in his last like 30 games are literally like the same as Dak Prescott's, and we have to sit here and listen to how he's the greatest ever. They aid this team. I don't want to say it's completely rigged, but they aid this team. Give me the Chiefs on the money line. Now, it would be just my luck to have this narrative absolutely shattered, but I got a free lock of the week for you guys. So what we're doing, we're going to take the Niners. We're going to lower this spread for them to just cover by a field goal, play it a little safer, and just pair it with the Chiefs just to win the game. So that's going to be a triple up. Okay, plus 200 is what I got on DraftKings. So I did put a full unit down on that. That's going to be your free two-pick parlay lock of the week. I really like it. And let's move on. So we got the Chiefs on the money line. And then, so we got Bengals, Chargers. Tricky one. Chargers been a little pesky team. This over-under feels a little high for this game, but I just don't know. Like, that's a tough one. I'd probably lean the under 48. I think we'll make that the official pick. Chargers like to, eat some clock. It's a Harbaugh. They're always coached well. You got to give Jim Harbaugh credit. If you're looking at the under here, under 48 looks like your best bet's Fanatics. That's going to be my official play. I'm going to take the under 48 on the Chargers Bengals. If it was in Cincinnati, I'd probably really like it even a little more, but I still like it over there in the dome. So, and then you got next game is going to be the battle of is this yeah, this is I guess this is Monday Night Football. Yeah, okay. So this is the Monday Night Football game. This was the Sunday night game. Gotcha. So Cowboys Texans, man, that's tough, dude. That is tough. Prime time. eh, we just can't trust Dallas, but this is right at the hook. I don't know if they hit this plus 7.5. I just don't know if they can cover it. They've been so bad at home. I would naturally just say, yeah, I think you have to take the points. Texans are getting healthier. You got Nico Collins, should hopefully be back this week. Uh, yeah, I think that's probably the official pick. You just said it right over here on Fanatics again. Just Texans to win. We'd have some push potential. So yeah, that's gonna be your the rundown of the NFL this week. Make sure you guys sub to the channel if you want. Like I said, if you want all the free picks, just go over here to winnable.com and sign up. Peace, boys.